Welcome to Le Col. My name is Fabian Cancellara.
And I'm Chris Opie, and in this video we will be talking to you about time trial training, how to improve your performance against the clock. Time trials are often run on really challenging circuits, and lots of them will be really quite different to each other. So how do you go about evaluating a time trial course, and how do you break that down as to when you're going to be giving it your most effort? When do you go hard? When do you go easy? How do you think about it?
I mean, what definitely is important, and I mean, if you do a recon on that course and you memorize the difficulties, I mean, in terms of corner or if it's lumpy roads, and then you have to get like making kind of a video of it, but mentally, because it's okay. You can do it on you make a video about this course, that helps, but on the end you need to properly write. So that's why I think if it's a week, if it's months before you get ready for a time trial, this can start there. But we as pro riders, we never had the chance so much to see it many weeks before. So our situation was in the morning you could see the course, and I tried every corner already with kind of certain speed to find, hey, where you brake, where you restart, how you go into the corner. I mean, this is all small seconds you can win or you can lose, because if you go just blind into a time trial, you have no clue about how you wanna balance it out, because it's not only how much you push, it's definitely also how you balance everything out. And this is the same if you have a climb. Yeah, you go full gas, or how long is that climb? Because a time trial hurts. So you need to find this right level of not hurting too much, that you can get everything out of yourself, that the acid lactate doesn't destroy everything, but also that you not stay too low, and then you come to the finish and say, damn, I could go faster. That's actually not good.
So you mentioned pacing the effort, going hard on when it's hilly. How do you adjust your effort depending on the length of the time trial? Some of the time trials you won were under 7 kilometers, but some of them were over 50 kilometers as well. So there's a very different effort. How do you take that on?
Yeah, of course, with the years, you reach a certain experiences on it, and you know how to balance that also in terms of length and time, because a prologue of 3 kilometers is different than you have a 40 kilometer time trial. And of course, you set up a small, I don't say tactic, but you have to have a plan. I mean, is it straight away climb you have to do, or the climb comes later? So that's also how you warm up. It's not just how you go in and how you balance your efforts. It's also, it starts already when you warm up, because if you have straight away a climb, you need to be really warm, because to recover a bit after the climb. Otherwise, if you go too cold in that climbing, what's happened? You can't recover that effort, because if you have other 30k flat, then you're not pushed anymore. No, instead of going forward, you go backward. And that's why I think it's small little things that has to be considered, that the length also gives you a small indication, or should give, about your condition, because your condition will tell how deep you can go and how long and a certain watts you can push. Because there are people there watching how much watts they push. People are maybe looking about the heart rate, and some of them they're watching both, and some of people having enough experience and go with the gut feeling and the experiences of knowing how good they are.
Did you have a favorite way of doing it?
I love to go on speed. I mean, of course, if you go uphill, you can go on 50 kilometers an hour, but I mean, when I was on a flat course, I mean, I loved corners, and you watched how fast you go, and then you see 50.1, and then say, no, I want to go 50.5, and when I reached 50.5, I said, no, I want to go 50.8, and always this tiny, but this was my mentally push, I pointed out, but the legs are hurting. So it's a mix about how much the legs are hurting and how much you can still self-push you, and then you have this one that always wants, and this is a mental strength that also is to learn about how deep you can go or not, and how much suffer you can go, because a time trial hurts, but with some adaptation, with good trainings, with recon rides, with equipment, with experiences, I think you can do good stuff on a TT bike.
So you've summarised it really well there with the things that people should pay attention to, which leads me on to the final question. Is there a single training session that you felt was either the best, either the most beneficial or the most enjoyable that you routinely did before your time trials?
I mean, the years where I've really been focusing on time trials, I did a lot of motor pacing, and then depends of what you prepare of on a long time trial, on a short one. I mean, I can say that there have been nasty trainings, hard trainings. I mean, can you imagine 2 kilometers behind a motorbike on a certain watts or a certain speed, and then you had to go out on the motorbike riding next to it, and then you start to get fatigued because you ride not behind. So you ride alone, the same speed, but the watt goes up, heart rate goes up, and then after 1K, the motorbike comes and you are getting this fatigue, and you almost lose, and this is also where you say, damn, it hurts, but by the time you're doing it and by end of the training, you say, damn, that was hard, but it felt so good to not lose the momentum of the wind protection from the motorbike. But I mean, all those trainings been hard, been tough, but I felt that as more I did, as a bit easier it got also, and that's also on the time trials. It helped me to go and race against the clock. But you can go 5 minutes certain zone, and then 5 minutes easy, or 10 minutes on a certain time on a zone, and then again easy 5 minutes, then 10 minutes. I mean, there are heaps of variations, and I think what is also important is to learn about how much also what you push, because if you push 350 watts as an example on the flat, and then you go to the climb and you push 450, something is wrong. And you not push the same, because I think always it's like a tailored machine is like this. I mean, you should function like up and down cadence. I mean, it's like a machine that runs, but you are the machine, and so you have to function in all small details that you're a machine.
So to summarise, paying really good attention to the route that you're about to take on, analysing it and replaying it like a video in your head, specifically training towards the event, adapting your body to the position on the time trial bike as well, and getting really comfortable being on that bike in lots of different situations.